Welcome, Cancer Rising, to your astrology for January 2025. Wishing you a happy new year. I'm going to be taking you through the planets in transits in this video connected to your rising sign. It's going to be a longer video, so if deep analytical astrological information is not your jam, I appreciate that this content may not be for you, but if it is, your Cosmic Girl 101 has you covered. Okay, so let's get into it. From the 1st to the 5th of January, we've got a Pluto-Mars retrograde opposition. So this is a difference of opinion about values, money, assets, possessions, what serves you, what doesn't, what's draining you. So there's a push-pull between I want versus I should be saving. There's other things and other people to consider. There's my future to consider. So that's the tension that you're dealing with from the 1st to the 5th of Jan. On the 2nd, we've got Venus going into Pisces in your 9th house, and this is Venus's zodiac sign of exaltation, so she's very content in the sign of Pisces, your 9th house of higher education, long distance travel, foreign people, places and faces, things to do with your spiritual practices, your beliefs. This is where you hook up with gurus, astrologers. Consider navel gaze about the bigger picture in life. It's about expanding the mind, body, spirit, all together in one in the 9th house. It's just going, wow, what is life? And Venus and Pisces here from the 2nd of January for the rest of the month. This can have you all swept up in being more attracted to emotionally connected to the bigger things in life. So you can sign up for new courses. You can sign up to a new university, wanting to commit to a college community to learn a niche skill. And it's also a house that's connected to bureaucracy, legalities, legal issues and situations. Now, Venus might be on high, if you will, in the zodiac sign of Pisces, but she's overindulgent. She knows what she wants. She knows what she values. So you could be going head over heels in regards to spreading your wings and your philosophical, spiritual, and physical horizons, like purchasing international travel tickets. That is really going to make you reconsider in the future if that's the right thing. So that sort of overindulgence is a possibility, or you sign up for too many courses. So it's like reining in the realities with this transit is necessary. Whilst it's a wonderful thing to expand and get yourself out there, don't get lost in the sauce and the juice and get sucked into potential pitfalls regarding emotional overindulgence. You want to keep things nice and balanced and in check with yourself. On the 6th, we have Mercury squaring off with Neptune. Neptune Mercury square is forget it day. Nothing's coming together, massive miscommunication. The paperwork's not there, the information's not there, the mental capacity to deal with the reality is just not present, because Mercury squaring off with Neptune is a famous aspect for absolute confusion. And this confusion and very, dare we say, frustrating, draining, mental draining day is about work, health and services compared to your lofty goals and ambitions regarding international foreign connections, spiritual practices, legalities, higher education, different cultures, things that are foreign to you. So don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't spread yourself too thin in regards to hooking up with work, health and services that are luring you in with out there amazing opportunities and bonuses that have you going, this looks like a good idea. So this is about being hoodwinked. You don't want to be feeling like you've been taken on a ride on this day. So know the terrain, know the logistics before you sign on the dotted line, shake hands, put a ring on it, or commit to anything on the 6th of January. The aspect will separate, but it's the strongest on the 6th. So this is absolute confusion. Things could go, anything that could go wrong could go wrong. So take it easy on the 6th of January. The same day, we've got Mars retrograding back into Cancer, leaving Leo, your second house, and moving into your first house. Not your first rodeo. Mars was here in 2024 and he's back. So what this indicates astrologically for you, Cancer rising, with Mars stepping into your first house in a retrograde, your first house is about your body, your identity, your sense of self, who you are. So this is like wrapping up anything that's exacerbating, inflammatory, making you feel weak, lethargic, needing to re-strategize, rethink about developing new muscles, new strengths within yourself, and really grappling with where you emotionally, physically, spiritually, psychologically are not strong. And this is a fabulous transit with Mars retrograde here to finally iron out any kinks and nuances regarding your sense of self, building character, feeling good within your body, getting into fitness, looking at new health regimes, new routines. Fabulous transit when Mars goes back into your first house. And because he's been here already, Cancer rising, it indicates it's not a new problem. But you've got the potential now before Mars goes direct on the 23rd of February next month to get on top of things that bug you, that make you feel weak. So really use it to your advantage instead of feeling like, oh no, here comes Mars again, really flaring things up. Identify what it is that is making you feel less than comfortable once and for all before Mars goes forward on the 23rd of February, because the astrological advice here for you, Cancer rising, is you don't want to move forward when Mars goes direct on the 23rd with the same old problems, chronic health issues, or problems with feeling strong in the body, your identity, and your sense of self. On the 6th to the 11th, because Mars is retrograding back into your first house, Pluto's still going to be opposing Mars retrograde. So this is about, again, being self-aware, disciplined, determined to release yourself from any binds regarding financial drain, other people's resources. You want to build your wealth house. You don't want it to be drained. So if you feel that you have to dip into your savings account from the 6th to the 11th of January, you're on caution with this astrological aspect with an opposition. Don't get sucked into quick health schemes or quick result schemes like diets and fads, etc. And I'm not saying you're a sucker. It sounds like I am. I don't know why. But it feels like you've got the potential to muscle up and draw healthy lines in the sand, say no, and use your intuition to your advantage. If it feels good, great. If it doesn't, but what you want to be watching out for from the 6th to the 11th of January is being sucked in, if you will, to losing other people's resources and finances and support, because you're going through something quite insular and private, and you could be not wanting to reveal the frustration or what you're really struggling with. So not cutting people off is advised, and also not draining your resources at the same time. Try to create a healthy balance there, Cancer rising. On the 8th of January, we have Mercury ingressing into Capricorn. This is fabulous. The dignity of the planet Mercury increases significantly. It's been in detriment, not operating well in Sagittarius. So when it moves into Capricorn on the 8th of January, for the rest of the month, in your 7th house of relationships, mercurial things become easier to deal with and handle. So that's logistics, paperwork, communication, bouncing off with people with different ideas. Your thought process becomes sharper. So you're a lot more practical, you're methodical, you are diligent, you're like the detective, what works, what doesn't when it comes to relationships, contracts, agreements, things that have been part of your experience, who you connect with, what works and what doesn't for you anymore. With Mercury here from the 8th of January for the rest of the month, this looks great for feeling sharper, more certain with your speech and your thought processes. So a great transit coming up for all of us. But for you in your 7th house, this is also positive. If you've been feeling like relationships, contracts, and agreements have gone awry, or people have been dropping the ball, they haven't been talking or communicating with you, you've been waiting for paperwork, with Mercury now moving into your 7th house, things can come back, circle back round, and you can start to feel more certain with your significant others in your life. On the 13th, we've got a full moon in Cancer. Now, the moon loves being in the zodiac sign of Cancer, your first house. It's the planet's natural place. And a full moon is like as far as it can go. So this is the full expression of you, your body, your image, who you are. So there's a lot of attention, if you will, on identifying what nurtures you, what's around you in your environment that makes you feel safe, secure, supported, like you can move within certain boundaries without restriction. And this full moon can help you feel into what it is about you that you like or dislike or want to change. Now, Mars is retrograde here as well, really helping you out in identifying this is it. This is enough. I've had enough of this problem. I've had enough of this aggravation. I've had enough of this feeling weak. I don't feel strong. I need to get on top of things. And that is only going to benefit you. Now, the full moon is only bright because it reflects the sunshine, and the sun transiting in your 7th house. This looks fantastic for relationships, contracts, people that are connected to you that are really familiar to you might be the protagonists, if you will, of you wanting to cleanse, purge, and purify something about your image, your identity, your sense of self, who you are. And that can be helpful. It could be potentially painful and quite emotional. But if someone is saying, listen, we can't do this for you, we can't go forward with you, we have to let this go, it's going to have a knock-on effect with you, obviously, when you're in a partnership of any kind, be it intimate or otherwise. So the full moon, even though it's in your first house and people will be looking to you, it's the people that are connected to you that are making you feel, wow, does this feel good for me, or is something off? So again, drop into that intuition, that psychic power that you have that is very organic to the Cancer risings. Embody what you're feeling on this day and go with you. You do you, because it's the first house. It's all about you. And I think that helps you build stronger muscles and self-assertiveness about healthy boundaries, healthy lines in the sand, what works and what doesn't. So quite helpful full moon lunation for you, Cancer rising, on the 13th of January. Our first full moon of 2025 is in your first house. Wonderful. Okay, so from the 14th to the 15th, we've got Venus squaring Jupiter retrograde. So this is tension between your ideologies, philosophies, and beliefs about life, travel, education. Do they make you feel isolated? Do they make you feel connected? Do they take you away from alone time? Enough time and space for you to do you? Is there too much worldly ambitions and things that you've integrated with that keep you from having downtime? So this square can be particularly draining, where you realize, oh, I spread myself too thin again. And you might be particularly frustrated from the 14th to the 15th of January. From the 15th to the 16th, we have Venus conjunct Saturn. So this is a certain yes or no day regarding those 9th house topics of spiritual practices, things that are foreign, long distance travel, international and foreign connections, higher education, cultures. You get the picture. When Venus connects with Saturn in a conjunction, this is a mature decision in connecting with what you value, what you love, and potentially letting go of what you don't value and what you don't love no longer, all tied up and connected with those ninth house topics we've been discussing for you. The same day, the Sun opposes Mars retrograde, and this indicates that there is a relationship or a contract that's really coming into question that could be grating on you. So someone could need you to say yes or no. And these 2 days, the 15th to the 16th of January, the yes or no's come through organically, and you make a very decisive, very affirmative yes or no moving forward. And it's all tied up with a significant contract, agreement, relationship, or partnership. On the 19th, you've got the Sun ingressing into Aquarius. Well, we all have the Sun ingress into Aquarius. And the Sun doesn't like being in Aquarius. So it's in detriment. It's like, the annual dental checkup that no one wants to go to, but we've got to do it. So this is like how the Sun feels about being in this zodiac sign. So this transit for 4 weeks on the 19th of January moving forward is about, I don't want to look at the realities of my finances, my shared resources. I feel like there's someone really breathing down my neck and asking me to speak up about my financial position, assets that I've got, or assets that my partner's got, or a professional partnership. So this is like, dealing with the financial realities of your assets, possessions, and finances, and how they're entangled potentially with other people can be a very frustrating transit. And again, if you've been something like being audited, someone comes to you and goes, hey, we gave you this money, put it in a trust fund, you spent it, what's going on with that? That sort of nuance or agitation could come up with this transit. So if you've been, for better word, lazy with your finances or keeping a track of them or other people's resources, things could come undone and unravel very quickly. So heads up there, Cancer rising with the Sun transiting in your 8th house from the 19th of January for 4 weeks. The 21st to the 22nd, we have that Sun conjunct Pluto. So this sets off a new cycle. It's a year cycle. The Sun would transit through all the zodiac signs and hit Aquarius in another year's time to Pluto. So when you have the Sun-Pluto conjunction from the 21st to the 22nd, the same day Uranus sextiles Mars, this looks as if you're ready to step up to the plate in regards to being more socially connected, and this is going to improve you building assets and people that support you. Resources could come in more organically, and you're an integral part of making financial changes or partnering up with people that can take you places for your financial future. And what I like about this more importantly is that with Mars retrograde in your first house connecting with Uranus retrograde in your 11th house, this is you identifying who's your tribe, who's got your back and who doesn't when it's connected to resources, interacting and connecting with other people's resources, what works and what doesn't. So it's like signing up for a new group, you sign up for a new course, you sign up and connect with a professional that helps your career. It's really auspicious, but it's a 12-month cycle. And it looks like you really are making some pretty big strides and affirmative decisions in the month of January, especially moving forward from the 21st to the 22nd. The 23rd to the 24th, we have Mercury opposing Mars. So this is about needing details, data analytics, needing a contract signed, needing information, and you may be dilly-dallying around. You're not too sure. You could be feeling off. You're not up to task on the 23rd and the 24th of January. So if you're feeling that you need a beat, you're not too sure about anchoring into a concrete agreement, let people know. And also, we don't want to be holding other people up at the same time. So if people are really, shining the light on you going, hey, Cancer rising, we need you to make a decision, or we need your signature, we need you to end this or start this, let people know. Don't ghost people. You don't want to be cutting your nose off to spite your face from the 23rd to the 24th of January. So if you're not feeling up to task or you're feeling under the weather, let people know. The 25th to the 26th, beautiful days of the first calendar month of 2025. We've got Venus sextiling Uranus, and Venus sextiling Uranus retrograde in Taurus, which is Venus's zodiac sign. This looks amazing for harmonizing with a teacher, a guru, a new social connection. You could turn a friendship into a relationship, be it intimate or otherwise. You can have a professional connection that takes you places on the world stage. You find your dream professor. You get it. Anything goes, and it all looks very grounded. It looks very ethereal. It looks beautiful. Harmony and relationships are lit up like a Christmas tree on this day for all of us. But between your house of higher education and your house of social connections, friendships, and professional allies, you could be kicking some professional goals on these days, or feeling that you're in the right place. You've got the right tribe around you. So lovely days coming up on the 25th and the 26th of January. Okay, now we're winding down the month. On the 29th, we've got Mercury moving out of Capricorn and ingressing into Aquarius and conjuncting Pluto. And the same day, on the 29th, we're having that new moon in Aquarius. So this is being very sure about commitment and your future. So you might be having a serious talk about a contract, an agreement with someone that can help you financially with your future. And you are feeling quite embodied, you're sure. And the reason you're sure is because you're heading in a new direction. You're freeing yourself up from a financial bind, or a partner could be going through a bit of a financial hiccup and they can get themselves out of a bind. Someone comes and helps them if you're partnered up, again, being intimate or otherwise. But the 29th of January looks auspicious for building wealth for the future, but thinking outside the box, hooking up with people, places, and faces that are out of the box thinkers. They're future oriented. They've got their finger on the pulse. So this is like getting into cryptocurrency, looking at new financial systems that can build wealth for you and your partner or partners. A contract that you are really potentially contemplating looks auspicious, but it's future oriented. So you can expect the staying power to be present from the 29th of January moving forward. Whatever you are confidently starting in regards to building wealth for yourself and developing assets or a significant partnership. Wonderful. On the 30th, we've got Uranus going direct in Taurus in your 11th house. So Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018, so it's not your first rodeo. And your 11th house is your friends, your beneficiaries, your dreams, your goals, people that help you professionally, your social connections and networks. Uranus is the planet of unpredictability. So you've developed a certain muscle, if you will, for rolling with the punches with changes connected to that house and those subjects and topics. Friends come and go, dreams change, professional allies change, beneficiaries change, things come and go. So moving forward with Uranus going direct on the 30th, it's like water off a duck's back. If a friend doesn't come through, it's not going to phase you too much. If you drop out of one group and connect with another group, it's not going to phase you too much, and it's really probably not going to phase the group either, because everyone in your 11th house that you're socially connected to has been through the gauntlet. You've all been in it together. So moving forward, when Uranus goes direct in Taurus, you're more certain about being optimistic about your future connections and your networks. So really nice moving forward from the 30th of January with Uranus going direct in your 11th house. The last 2 days of the month are gorgeous. We've got the Sun trine Jupiter. Doesn't get any more dreamier than this. And Venus conjuncting Neptune. Again, doesn't get more dreamier than this. So these last 2 days of our first calendar month of 2025 being January, you can expect a turnaround with financial assistance that helps you get out of something from the past, or take a retreat, take a holiday. You may also experience a dream aspiration coming to pass, like you find your dream religious path, you find your ashram, you go on a retreat, you can finally end a legal situation that's monetary connected, you can let it go. But either way, the 30th to the 31st, everyone is going to be feeling quite uplifted, optimistic, feel quite content. So people around you are also going to be experiencing these transits, Cancer rising. So you're in the flow. Everyone's in the flow in the last 2 days of the month. But for you, this is like dreams come true to do you, your organic self, and have something come to an end that has been draining, has been going on too long, that opens up your spiritual, physical, and mental horizons and future moving forward. So lovely last 2 days. So that's your astrology, Cancer rising, for the month. Thanks for tuning in with your Cosmic Girl 101. If you like the content, please consider subscribing if you haven't done. And if you are a subscriber, thank you for your ongoing support. I do appreciate you so much. I'm looking forward to this year. It's a lot of planetary transits changing. So planets that are really slow are going into new zodiac signs. It's kind of a big deal for us. So if you do like astrology, you like my style of astrology, hit the bell notification on your computer, laptop, or phone, however you listen to astrology, to get the latest postings that I put up here about astrology and the planets in transits, and particular lunations throughout 2025. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Trust you have yourself a fabulous January. I'm your Cosmic Girl 101, and remember, stay cosmic.